The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted. We got a great show for you today coming from New York City, the media capital of the world. Let's get the American Dream started right now.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about this show? It's totally unscripted.
Here we are, Times Square, the city never sleeps.
Yeah.
So I actually started in New York City when I was 21 years old. I had an internship right down the street at MTV when I used to actually play music.
Yeah.
I got dropped here, a guy from the Midwest, knew nobody, but got to know the city, fell in love with this city, and 9/11 happened, ended up back in the Midwest, was finishing school. Well, ended up being a college dropout, tripped and stumbled into this real estate game.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I ended up in Southern California, so it's so funny to come full circle to launching the American Dream, a national TV show now in 23 cities in New York City, and how it's all come full circle.
I love it because not only do I get to know more stories, we get to amplify them over 23 cities. Now, of course, New York City.
Well, it's the family,
Yep.
it's the home, and then it's the location and the lifestyle. Like
Yeah.
it all kind of comes together. And one of the things we're trying to do with this show is highlight these different communities all across the country. You recently brought us Ben Bacal.
Yeah.
And when we talk about things like the American Dream, there's nothing wrong with dreaming big.
Yes.
A $250 million listing.
The biggest.
Yeah.
The biggest.
So here's what we did. Took a helicopter ride,
Yep.
$250 million listing on the West Coast. Let's go check it out. Dream and I have been invited by San Diego's premier luxury realtor, a friend of our show, the Seth O'Byrne. And we're giving LA's leader in luxury real estate, Ben Bacal, a helicopter tour of what San Diego has to offer in the luxury real estate market from the sky. Buckle up.
I've been traveling the entire country, launching the American Dream all across the United States, and in each market we isolate the elite realtors in every market. Today we did something fun. We brought Ben Bacal, who is the #1 agent for luxury up in LA.
So glad to be here.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. It has a $250 million listing right now, amongst many other. A great portfolio. And we got Seth O'Byrne, who you see on the show all the time, who is our expert out of San Diego. Of course, on his phone. But we're just touring America's finest city, maybe having a little in-air debate about LA and San Diego from two of the best nationwide. When you approach a luxury home and you're taking it to market, what are some of the strategies that help move that house?
I spend anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 a month on those luxury listings because everyone's on their phone.
Yep.
I want those listings, viral on your phone. So that's what I implement. And of course, for the super high-end properties, we'll have a PR company come in and strategize and build stories around the property and try to get free editorials as much as we can.
Is there, obviously there's a lot of thought that goes into it, but it's not for sure what that property is going to sell for when you list it for 20, 30, 40 million, right? I mean, there's some guesswork there.
No, when you're in that 20 to 30 million dollar mark, you know that they're going to sell for pretty close to that. It's when you're pushing in that 40 to 250 stratosphere.
Yeah.
Then it's a bit different game, but. The price per square foot has been, we're really price per square foot driven in Los Angeles. We're lucky because we have the comps to back it up. So you can say like a house down the street sold for $3,000 a foot or $2,500 a foot. Museum quality stuff is selling for about $2,500 a foot.
Share with me a story, an example of something you've moved recently.
Recently we did a house for $48 million, and it's a New York buyer that came out and bought it. And then we have a lot of buyers from the UK that are venture capital, private equity. A lot of Chinese are buying, and then mostly it's domestic because the United Emirates dollar is pegged to the US dollar, and this the British thing. Everything's in flux. So right now it's really domestic, but I do advertise in like Camju and luxuryrealestate.com and Prestige MLS, and I put it in Mandarin. The listings I'll translate them, and also on YouTube I'll translate them. But essentially they're coming out here and they're hiring me, looking for their home of their dreams, and like the big listings, spending like $10,000 a month, pushing them so they're where their screens your house is going to be, right?
Yeah, so really, even though in some ways, obviously, luxury real estate has been known for being cutthroat, kind of to the opposite, you have to be collaborative with the other partners out there, right?
Yeah, you really have to, exactly. You got to be collaborative with your fellow associates, and you got to maintain that relationship. Getting exclusive listings, they're great, but often they trade hands really quickly. You get a 6-month listing, and it doesn't trade, and then you pass it off to the next guy, and then boom, it could sell, which is okay. It's just the name of the game, right?
Ben, you got any final remarks about San Diego?
Well, from the air, I really got a really terrific perspective. Thank you, Seth, for showing me all the different areas. They're beautiful. Those hillside, those cliffside properties were extraordinary. I couldn't believe what I saw. And the value that you get for beachfront property is exceptional. I'm looking to maybe buy something one day. That'd be cool.
Hope you enjoyed, and cheers to your American dream.
People come here to succeed, and if you don't succeed here, you don't stay. So owning a media company in Southern California to spread across the country, doing it city by city, and then New York City becoming our 23rd, it's the place where you're bringing the best of the best. In the media capital of the world, owning a media company, this is where you want to get to. Look at me now. I mean, it's just one of those things now where we have a seat at the table.
Yeah.
We've pulled major partners, sponsors, and got this momentum where we're here to launch.
Welcome to the American Dream. I'm excited to introduce to you Lisa and Gio Helou. They are with Engel Invokers. They're dynamos there in Orange County, especially in the Newport Beach area, and it is great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Great to be here, Amy.
Now, I also want our viewers to know, Lisa and Gio, that you guys are mother and son. Not only are you experts, but you guys are really dynamic as a team, especially as mother and son. So I wanted our viewers to know this kind of a little special today. We don't see very often. So thanks again for coming on. I want to jump right in and ask you guys about Newport Heights. What is so special about Newport Heights?
Well, Newport Heights is probably one of the oldest communities in Newport Beach. It originated as just little cottages, summer cottages for people coming from inland, Pasadena, San Marino area, and has since been transformed into really such an eclectic variety of constructions, from condos that range for $650,000, not many condos, but up to properties. The highest priced property right now is on Kings Road, which is the creme de la creme of Newport Heights, and that is listed in the $18 million range. So you have a little bit of variety of everything, all styles of homes. Not to mention, go ahead.
I mean, the amazing features that it offers, the walkability to the beach, the proximity to Fashion Island, and all the amazing hot spots of Newport. And again, it just has this eclectic vibe that is just right for every type of homeowner. It's
a real sense of community there. So you literally in 10 minutes can jump on your bike and be at the beach. If you're familiar with the world famous Wedge, you can be there in maximum 15 minutes. You're 10 minutes from every major freeway. And the parking issues that you do have at most beach communities doesn't exist there. You have the bigger lots. You have, like Gio mentioned, the walkability factor is becoming huge. And right below Newport Heights is an area called Mariners Mile, which is being completely redeveloped. The city has major plans to put in, they want to make it kind of like Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. They just redid all of Lido Village, and they're planning on trying to make the same plan there right below Newport Heights.
It really is such an amazing area, and I love that you guys being experts and really being passionate about Newport Heights, because you're also really telling us that this is a lifestyle choice. There's a great variety of properties, but it's also the lifestyle. People want that walkability. They want to know how close they are to their favorite spots, the luxury places to visit, as well as the place to go on a great walk or hike or a bike ride down to the Wedge. I know you guys love farming this area. I know that there happen to be a couple new construction properties that you wanted to highlight right now. Why don't you share a little bit about those?
Yeah, we have two new amazing new constructions that are being built now on Fullerton and on Tustin in the Newport Heights area.
4,400 square feet. They're going to have 5 bedrooms, 6 baths. Both will have granny units above the garage. Or teenage units, or great for rental if you want to earn a little extra income. One is on a thoroughfare street that kind of goes from 15th Street from Costa Mesa down to East Coast Highway. And so you have a lot of exposure on that street, but yeah. 515 Tustin and 430 Fullerton. Oh,
and great locations on those. So exciting to hear about that. Thank you both for coming on and being experts, and especially really highlighting the Newport Heights area. Such a great spot. I hope our viewers reach out to you to get more information, and thank you for being on the show today.
It was a pleasure, Amy. Thanks.
Our pleasure.
See you soon. You're watching The American Dream, and we'll be right back.
The show's called The American Dream, right? There's only one city in the country that has an Ellis Island. You know, this is a place where people have come for hundreds and hundreds of years to stake out their claim in what is the American Dream. And so having a show called The American Dream, launching in a place known to found the American Dream, is a huge deal. What I love most about San Diego is the pace. People move here because they know that life is short. You gotta live it in a place that recognizes that. You know, I would always joke I can go from business suit to wetsuit in 15 minutes on a Friday afternoon. I think I've got it beat. I've got it down to about 12 minutes now. That's what living in San Diego is about. Today I'm going to take you guys to a property that we just put on the market in Sapphire Tower. This condo is probably one of the best properties, one of the best views in all of San Diego. On the way, we're going to pick something up special for the sellers. We're going to go to Donut Bar. Actually, it's here right now. Let's get some donuts. Could I get some creme brulee and then a Boston cream and a chocolate euphoria? I was going to have a beer, but I think it's too early.
It's not too early, sir. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Thanks. When you're in downtown San Diego, you might walk right by it and think it's nothing, but the Donut Bar has been on USA Today, it's been on the Thrillist, it's been on TripAdvisor. This is probably one of the hottest donut bars in America, and we got it in our backyard. This penthouse listing is actually really personal to me because not only do we have a listing on one of the most expensive penthouses downtown San Diego, I was working on this project when I was 19 years old as an intern for the builder. So to come around 16 years later and have a listing of this caliber is something that really means a lot to us. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 3,000 square feet, but you're not just buying it because of the stats, you're buying it because of the materials, you're buying it because of the Sub-Zero commercial wine fridge, the Miele, the Wolf. All these materials are absolute top of the line, and for an affluent penthouse buyer, they're the units, materials that you would really want. The reason I would buy this property is this room right here. One of my favorite rooms in the penthouse is the master bedroom. It's got floor-to-ceiling, wall-to-wall windows. It overlooks over $2 trillion in downtown penthouse living. You can see out of this window to Mexico. You can see Coronado Islands in the San Diego Bay. I like to joke that this is a 50 Shades of Grey style penthouse. And I like to think that Christian Grey himself would love this one feature that he has right here. And this is a hidden staircase, in case you have guests that need to leave in a hurry. You know, the reality is for $3 million you could buy a lot of house, right? But you can't replicate this view. You know, that beach across the street, that's a white sand beach I surfed out this morning. For a local San Diegan, you know you're looking at basically the best of our city all in one shot. So as great as the inside of this property is, you realize that it takes all of it to make it one of the best properties in San Diego.
All right, and cut. Good job, guys.
We're done?
We're done.
You want a donut?
Yes.
Everybody has decided, they've made that conscious decision that they choose positivity, that they still believe America is a staircase, and that there's a possibility for everybody to go up. People rejecting negativity and choosing positivity. People deciding that they want to do more with their businesses, more with their time, more with their families, and take part in this incredible economic opportunity we have to be in this country. And so what's so cool is everyone's story is completely different, and this company is thriving as a business, at the same time creating a tremendous amount of social good.
Hey guys, we are here in Vegas. We just arrived and we're heading to the Aria Hotel where we're going to be going to Impact 18. We've been invited to be panelists at the convention tomorrow, where we're going to be talking about digital marketing and how the File Group sells real estate through digital marketing media. And we're excited to show you how it's all done. All right, guys, we're here at the Aria, and we're going to see you tomorrow. We can't wait to show you our cutting-edge technology. Good morning, we're here at Impact 18. Excited to have you here and excited to show you our booth here that we have in the exhibit hall. We have highlighted here our new listing at 2716 Pebble Drive. And you just took a virtual tour using AR.
AR, absolutely.
Yes, so what did you think about the experience?
It's incredible. I was walking around, I was looking at a lot of the companies, a lot of them are digital marketing companies. Like, what is a real estate company? What is a realtor doing here at a digital marketing conference, right? And then I saw the cube, I looked at the AR, and I mean, this is the future, right? I mean, you could be sitting in your kitchen, you can go online, log in with your realtor, and you can go see a house.
Exactly.
I mean, it's incredible. So looking through and seeing the 360 view, and then being able to go into the actual house and see the different rooms.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see a world where you've got a property that's not even built yet, and you can go to a client and say, here's the plot of land, here's what we're thinking about building on top of it.
I come from a very different background. My wife, who's the founder of our company, the File Group, Janelle, she was an appraiser on the coast in Orange County for over 16 years. So her background and knowledge of all the homes up and down the coast were great. I was traveling quite a bit, and she looked at me and she said, hey, we got 3 small kids, we got to change the game here, I'm tired of you being gone. Let's create something special. We took the time and the thought to plan out all the different platforms that we wanted to be able to scale on, to take it from here to here in a very quick time frame. We went out and hired a director of operations to handle all of our back-end work. And then we went out and we selected passionate team members that wanted to use these platforms to scale very quickly. If we have the opportunity to represent you, we want to showcase your home at the largest or the best to our ability. And so I think these type of things are really helping us grow our brand.
Here we are are with Sinan Kanatsis, who is the founder and chairman of the IMA and the host here at Impact 18. This is an amazing event.
Thank you.
So tell us about it. Tell us.
Oh my gosh. You know, like in my career, 23 years I've been doing this, I've met some of the greatest people like you and Brandon, and I just thought, why not bring them all together in an event? And our events always have impact, so that's how we came up with the name. And what really impact is the cross between organizational leaders like yourself and Brandon and digital marketing. And back when we started the IMA, the internet was just being born. And you look at 20 years later to where it's at, now it's touching every single business that's here, whether you're a technology company, a real estate company. So we have leaders of companies like Amazon, but also startup companies like One Basketball that are converging together around those two things, organizational leadership and tech marketing. So you bring all that together, magic happens.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we're super happy to be here. It's
Awesome.
great. It's a great event. And so what did you think about the virtual tour that you took?
I was blown away. Yeah. So I told Brandon when you guys came on board, I said, do something that's going to engage people. And when he showed me the hologram technology, I was blown away. I didn't know that even existed. But to see that in a real estate application was super impressive. Yeah. And that's the type of thing that engages and attracts people. And of course, the relationship then closes the deal. So very proud of your success with VR, hologram, and that's the kind of stuff that's going to be leading the market for the next 10, 20 years.
And that's how the File Group makes an impact. It was great to see you here in Las Vegas, and we can't wait to see you again back in Orange County.
I hope you enjoyed today's show. The American Dream now spans coast to coast, all across the country and everywhere in between. The whole idea to empower the mindset of the American Dream. Did it from New York City today. This is actually the place I started in media. Working for MTV, living in Chinatown. I'll never forget my first day in Union Square, which is where this $18 million pad is. Met my roommate, and he said, hey man, let me show you around New York City. Show you what this town has to offer. So we walked up here to Union Square, and I'll never forget, he sat down and he said, sewing, grab yourself a piece of real estate. This is a great place to take a nap. Put his arms behind his head, laid back down. So my first day, almost 20 years ago in New York City, I took a nap in the street. So to be back here, launching the show, spreading positive information, and empowering the mindset of the American Dream, quite the honor. Thanks so much for watching the show. Hope you enjoyed it from New York City and all the areas we covered. That's all for today. Hope you can follow us on social media. I'm gonna go take a nap.